What's up, everybody? We are at SHOT Show 2025 for my most anticipated video of the year with Eric Glesser.
Nice to see you again.
You as well.
Yeah.
And we've got a ton of new stuff for Reveal 17.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
for coming by.
15V, a lot of it.
Yeah, you know, it's taken us a little time to get this stuff to the market, but we are finally getting some of this 15V to the market. So yeah, everything we make in our US facility, we will have it come out in a sprint version, but just a one-time sprint version.
So if you like this Yo Jumbo with 15V, and I don't know why you wouldn't like it, I would act fast when it comes. So we talked a little about this last year when we saw the first runs, but tell me some of the perks of 15V.
Ooh, 15V, incredible wear resistance. And so this is going to keep an edge longer than most other steels. I like to put it up there with, you know, your 120 Rex 121s, your Maximets, your M398s, your 110Vs. I mean, you're getting into that high grade of wear resistance. But one of the things that really brings it to highlight is the heat treat that we did with Sean Houston.
Big Brown Bear.
Big Brown Bear. It's going to give you a tougher steel, better edging. It's really not going to chip out very easily. It's really not brittle like you might see some of these other super steels get.
Yeah, and with so much vanadium, it's almost like a glass in terms of how much crystalline structure there is.
Oh, when you look at the chemistry, you think, oh, this thing's going to break if I drop it. But you know, between the producing of it, the heat treat of it, the fabrication, it really is it's an amazing steel to use. It outperforms what it's supposed to do. It really does.
Quite the feat, and I just love that Spyderco is bold enough to go where no knife company would go before.
Yeah, that one's got a hollow grind on it too.
Really? So that's going to be a super thin edge.
Yeah.
But Sean Houston, you need to treat it and keep it tough.
You know, I love Warren Cliffs. The Yojimbo, the Michael Janich series of Yojimbos, Yojumbos, Micros, really the premier tactical edge. But if you're looking for that flat edge with that hollow, that thin, and then in a 15V, yeah, that's a slicer. It's a beautiful
never
piece.
go dull. Yeah. Well, you'll have to cut a lot. Yep, so we're going to see 15V on the Yo Jumbo as well as the Military 2.
Yep, with the compression lock.
Yep, my favorite. Manix 2 lightweight. I'm going to have to pick you up one of these.
Yep.
These are awesome.
I love the lightweights and like the lightweight Native 5 for the fact that you can get these super steels in a lower cost knife. You know, we could always put it in titanium and charge you a ton of money. But, you know, now we can reduce that cost of the knife and give everybody an opportunity to use this stuff.
Yep. Something pocketable and not going to kill your wallet.
Right, and so durable. These lightweight handles can take a beating.
Yeah, and I love the texture. And then we have it in Micro Jimbo
as well. Micro Jimbo, right at 2.5 inches. So for a lot of people, that's a perfect size for a lot of legality areas or just for carry. But it's a tremendous amount of strength for a 2.5-inch knife. It's a little bulldog, really.
Yeah. Very exciting for 15V. And I love that it's, like you said, it's coming to everything USA made out of Spyderco. And in addition, we have expansions to the USA made Salt series.
Yep. Continue to try to get that MagnaCut out the door.
Yep. We got the Caribbean texture on the pair of 3 here.
Yep.
And I love MagnaCut.
Yes. Yeah. MagnaCut for us, we were the first to get it to the market. We're very proud of that in our mule team. For people that know, it's for people to test the steel. But a lot of people have come to the market with MagnaCut since. For us, we make it a Salt series, so all the materials in there have to be highly corrosive resistant.
Yeah,
and it does add some challenges. Black coating
hardware. So is that a challenge to do?
Yeah. I mentioned this with you last year, and it's so exciting that we are expanding our coating. So we brought coating in-house. So this is an in-house PVD coating that we're starting to do to some of the hardware. And so it's less challenging than it used to be, but we're able to give a better coating at a lower price to the consumer and be able to bring a better product to the market. So we are bringing some of that in-house.
Yeah, and I love it. The pair of 3 is just such a great EDC knife, and now we have it in Salt.
Yeah.
The black one came out last year, yeah? Okay.
The black has been way easier to deliver, frankly. The yellow and black composite was a big challenge for us to overcome. We're still overcoming some of those challenges. But it really is an amazing material, that yellow and black composite. It's not going to delaminate or fall apart on you. The yellow gives you a bright, vibrant yellow. and it really pops if you're going into that water environment. Gives you great grip, and so yeah, we're excited about that Caribbean texture with the yellow and black.
Yep. And in the black colorway, but still with that Caribbean texture, we have the Manix 2. I'm gonna have to get one of these too. The
Yep.
Manix is so good.
Yeah.
This is your baby, right? You designed this guy.
Yeah, it is. One of my early ones.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece. It is a real user. You know, we've sold a lot of them for a long time because it performs. It has, stood the test of time. And then in a MagnaCut, salt version, it really can, withstand the test of time. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah. And just like the 15V, we also have military too. So if you need that big knife.
Yep. If you're looking for that bigger knife that's safe, the military 2 is going to be hard to beat. As you make folding knives and you make them bigger, you got to have a lock that's going to be able to withstand the tortures that it may take. And really, the military model has withstood those and has proven itself out for years now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love that. The compression lock joined the military family just a couple of years ago, 2023 maybe?
Yep.
But we've sold a mint of them. People love it.
It is a nice add to it too. And we're really watching our costs these days. I'm sure the inflation over the last few years really, highlighted that. But, bringing some of this stuff in-house and trying to bring a more cost-effective product that still performs as good as it ever did. And the military, too, was really one of those items that we focused on.
Well, I know the entire industry really appreciates it. Looks like other fancy new colorways. We've got pink on the Yo Jumbo and the Micro Jimbo.
As I said earlier, these are the premier tactical Warren clips in the world today. Mm-hmm. For some people, and particularly ladies, they might like a little bit of pink and black. And so, like the yellow and black composite, the pink is just a beautiful color. It's not going to degrade on you or delaminate. It's a very durable material, but in a bright, vibrant color. And it still brings all those attributes you look for in a Spyderco and its performance. So very excited to work with Michael Janich on his Yojimbo family to expand that.
Yep, and I'll throw up the Micro Jimbo too. I would just carry this as an EDC knife, just open boxes. I mean, Warren clips are great for that.
Yeah, I agree. A 2.5 inch to 3 inches, for a wide variety of people is a perfect EDC.
Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, and then we have some new Italian collaborations as well. This one looks like it has the handle of the Lion Steel Skinny.
Yep, it is. It's the handle of the Lion Steel Skinny. We call it the Slim. So it's all a single piece titanium. Very amazing at what Lion's able to do with their machining centers. So all one piece. It is inlaid with a fat carbon composite there, all in black and white. It has a flipper that is removable.
For all you European folks out there.
It has your Spidey holes, your Spyderco hole that gives you that trademark look, that user friendliness. It has that crown spine, so it gives you great texture, or great for your thumb on top.
M390, titanium, integral, I guess solid as Lion Steel calls it. Very nice. Very nicely done indeed. And we also have a Fox collaboration. It's the first one I can remember. Is it the first one ever?
No.
We've done one before.
Oh, I think about the Spy Fox. That goes way
back. Spy Fox? Yeah. Okay, I got to read my history.
Yeah.
Well, this guy looks like it's built on the Schnaps platform.
It is. Yep. So we took their platform just like the other one and spiderized it. So usually when you spiderize it, the first things you look for is that, that trademark round.
Where am I going to put that hole?
Yep. And that clip. We call them clippets because we were the first knife to make a clip carry knife. And so our clips typically have, certain dimensions we really like to highlight. They like that hourglass shape. And so we typically like to put a Spyderco clip on it and that Spyderco trademark round hole. The difference is Fox's flips. They have a little flipper on theirs. Ours is strictly a hole opener. So that is one major difference between the two. This is also aluminum with N690. With Spyderco, you're usually thinking titanium, and then a higher
crazy steel.
M390. But we wanted to go for a little more cost effective. Might even come in colors someday. We'll see. But yeah, aluminum with N690.
Very exciting, and I love that we're getting an Italian collaboration that's going to be more affordable to the masses. Yep. Sage 6. So the Sage series, you all know it well, but the big thing with Sage is the number denotes the lock, right?
Right.
And we have a new lock.
Yes, it is a new lock.
A new lock for the Sage series.
Yes, it is a compression lock. but it's got that new release. Kevin Smock is a collaborator we work with. We're highlighting his innovation of pushing the lock with the button, and that lock in general. So we're happy to bring the button compression to the market.
All right, and then I'm going to save the Edgerati for last.
Okay.
We'll talk about, it's a Harpy?
Yeah, it's our classic Harpy. We used to make it in a plain edge back in the day, but it wasn't screw together construction. It was the old riveted style. So we went to screw together construction on most of our Japanese stainless. We're moving in that direction. And a lot of people, the plain edge Harpy is nostalgic and a good user. So we thought to reintroduce it in the plain edge. Will it last forever? I don't know.
We'll see, but for all you people who like nostalgia, we got it for you right here.
Definitely a nostalgic piece.
Man, and then this one, something new.
Yeah, designed by Mike Reed. It's the Pitts 2, so you might remember the original Pitts.
High in the sky.
High in the sky. Great memory. I love your research.
Yep.
Much different lock on the original. It was a titanium bar that kept it open and shut in the original, but this uses a titanium bar that goes through the center of the scale and then hooks to the pivot, and the pivot adjusts. So
very
this is innovative.
A compliant mechanism.
Yes.
I want to see more compliant mechanisms. I love compliant mechanisms.
Yes, in a lot of ways, you can argue it's the future. But yeah, there's a lot there. I remember the first time I saw it, I went, that's brilliant. Let's get some patents on it. And through research, I give Michael Janich some credit on this. He's such a wonderful historian. He pulls out an old book and says, 100 years ago, something was similar.
100 years ago. But somebody will claim it.
I know, but it doesn't change the fact that it is so innovative, and its execution is done unlike ever before. I mean, to get that cutout perfect, so you have that good self-close, the good solid lockup, and the good action, which is hard to get those three things in any non-locker. It's been a real joy to bring to the market.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this guy.
That one is M398 too.
Yeah, the crazy tough one, the crazy wear-resistant one.
So don't cry with your slip joint, but all titanium.
That's good advice no matter what slip joint you're not in. Yeah, and then lastly, we've got what I think is like the king of machining right here on the Edgerati. So Spyderco, Spyders were luxury Italian or European sports cars, yeah?
Yes. My dad, always a big fan of race cars. When I was growing up, he'd have the Le Mans on, or the Indy 500 or Formula One. In fact, Spyderco, one of the reasons we're called Spyderco is my dad likes sports cars that are convertibles, Spyder. He also likes performance. And so, there was a car called the Birdcage Maserati in the Le Mans back in the late 50s. Where they welded together I believe it was magnesium frame, which is highly flammable, but very lightweight.
Yeah. Don't roll that thing, or you'll get covered in sparks.
Right. But they welded this frame together in these tubes and triangles to bring the weight down in their Maserati. Always a big inspiration from my father. And so that's where the Edgerati inspiration comes from, is that Birdcage Maserati.
Kind of get that same, but this is aluminum, not magnesium.
Yes. Hard anodizing.
Hard anodizing. What I love is you can really see the internals of the knife. Like, I want to get one of these, first of all, because it's an amazing knife, but the other reason is so I can show people exactly what's going on in a knife. Like, you can see the detent ball, you can see where the lock interface is. It's just so clear to see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not telling people to do this, so don't take apart your knife. But we do know that people take apart their knives. And the idea of trying to make this handle in the shape you see with a compression lock for somebody that's going to try to take a screwdriver to it was certainly a fear of ours. And so, we're very happy to bring it to the market to where somebody might be able to even take it apart and put it back together. Not saying do that, because aluminum it's not a friendly material to keep doing that to.
Yeah.
But the engineering team worked very hard to bring a knife that performed right out of the box and then should perform for a long time to come.
Yeah, and a big thing I want to talk about is I've seen straight spines find their way like to the Stretch series, and I guess the paramilitary series has had them for a while.
Yep.
What is the benefit of a straight spine?
Well, one of the things you'll see with Spyderco is our double distal taper. So it tapers this way and it tapers this way. So
Gives you a very needle-like point.
right, when you're penetrating through something, a lot of Spydercos will do some of the best out there. And then if you go to the straight spine, you can further that penetration. So it does give you an advantage in penetration. But for this design, it also slimmed down the profile a little bit for when it's closed. We were really going for that lightweight package and that slimmer profile. And so weight and profile certainly was another reason we went for a straight spine.
Yeah, but that is a really cool knife. And that
Thank you.
the amount of machining and effort and everything that goes in. It feels like the luxury sports car of knives.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we're excited to bring this one to the market.
Yeah. Well, Eric, this is a really exciting year for Spyderco and a ton of amazing stuff. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you at Blade Show because
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see more.